The greatest threat we face today isn't any individual leader or one government.
Actually, there is one government, one country specifically, that is the biggest threat to the world. And it's not China. Is it Russia? No, silly. It's the US. I mean, obviously, the US is the leader of the US empire, hence the name US empire. But the US, even by itself, is already the biggest threat to all our safety. Look at the global military spending. In 2022, $1.5 trillion out of $2.87 trillion in global military spending. That means that the US spends 12.6 times the global average. Russia spends 1.7. Look at China here. It even spends less than the global average and spends 1/20th of what the US spends per capita. The US also has an estimated 902 foreign military bases, has interfered with 128 foreign elections. From 1946 to 2014, that is a statistic that is 10 years old, so definitely there have been more since. Another statistic that is over 10 years old is 101 regime change campaigns across the world. And in terms of sanctions, the United States has sanctioned 144 countries from 1950 to 2023. And just in case you think that sanctions are more benign, more humane, the estimated deaths due to US and EU unilateral sanctions from 1970 to 2021 is 38 million. But 2021 Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Ressa wants us to believe that it's not imperialism, that it is the biggest threat to the world. No, it's
Technology that's amplifying authoritarian tactics worldwide, enabled by democratic governments that abdicated their responsibility to protect the public. Technology platforms have become weapons of mass destruction.
Let me just translate that for you. When someone like Maria Ressa says authoritarian, she's talking about Russia, China, North Korea. Basically, any government that goes against the US empire is often labeled as authoritarian. She's claiming here that democratic governments, i.e. the West, the global North, the US empire, has abdicated their responsibility, basically making the case for censorship. And the lies that she's talking about are often deemed lies because they go against the US empire narrative. For example, African Stream was deplatformed across multiple social media sites. This is another example of confession as accusation because Maria Ressa is considered a free speech icon. The CEO and co-founder of Rappler is a well-known National Endowment of Democracy recipient. She is part of that pillar of propaganda that spreads lies and misinformation. And if you're not convinced...
Think about Julian Assange's arrest. Do you think that that's good or bad for journalists? You know, I have a different view because I think that the wholesale dumping of WikiLeaks actually isn't journalism.
That's why we really have to retire this idea that the global North has some sort of moral authority over truth, over the ability to tell the truth, over who gets to tell the truth. This is clearly